Hello YouTube, my name is EK. Well, call me Ekuegan or you call me EK. Thank you for being part of this journey. In this video, we're going to go with this new trailer that Bungie has released. Also, if you haven't yet, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button on this video. If you like what you're seeing from the channel, make sure you hit the notification and click on to all. But yeah, let's get into it because this trailer had a lot and I saw a bunch of things. We're first going to watch it normally and then I'll do my whole slowdown crap. All right, so here we go.
What is the relic on Mars? The power to create your own weapons.
All right. Hello, you there? Yo, you saw that shit? You saw that? All right, cool. Now, here's what we're going to do. All right. I'm going to play all this and I'm going to go in slow motion for certain things. All right. You ready? Here we go. Yo, why is this hallway so dark, though? Like, you know, I'm a thug. I'm going to go in this hallway. All right. Here we go.
What is the relic on Mars?
So, the first thing she says is, what is the relic on Mars? That means that Mars is probably going to be a location that we are going to be having a social space in, which is where we're making our weapons. So I'm guessing Mars is going to be a destination in Witch Queen, right?
The power to create your own weapons.
So we're going here to create our own weapons, and this whole big tube-looking thing is from, you know, on Mars, right? The neat thing is there's all these different markings. I don't think if we have to do anything here like gather stuff, but we'll see when that comes out. It was neat because it looked like we had to go and get some kind of like relic. You see this right here? So we're probably going to have a quest where we're going to have to go and get that and then come in here and forge it. Now, the neat thing is it also showed like 4 different options. You're able to choose your your sights, your barrel, and then your 2 traits, right? So you get to choose your sight, your mag, your 2 traits for the weapon. And Bungie kind of showed that like in 4 different places. I'm not sure what is going to be needed of this, or maybe we are allowed to re-roll. We'll see. Because did you see that? Like, you know, like he kind of like, it kind of re-clicked. Right? It went down and it came back up. So we'll see if we are actually able to change some of the stuff. You know, Bungie likes being flashy, so they kind of showed that part. Now, we have a Grand Overture, which is going to be a slug launcher. All right? It's going to charge full auto missiles. Looks pretty neat, I guess. Now, if I can play this in slow motion, right? The front of this doesn't look like the other weapon that I just saw. Maybe I'm just crazy. So let's put this in 25 speed. This looks like another weapon. Maybe I'm going crazy. It might be the same weapon. Let's see. Let's turn off the sound. Okay, it is the same weapon. It is weird because you see. I want to like it's. It seems like this weapon has 2 fire rates, right? You have the normal shots, and then there's like a burst of like energy. Watch this. Boom. You see that? Boom. It shoots, and then boom. It shoots, and then a beam. So it seems like it might need to do damage and then beam up. Now here, from this angle, you can kind of see the fast-paced version of it. And then after you basically just, it's hard to explain this, but you can see the shells, right? First, there's the normal shells, and then when it's charged up, you're gonna see about 1, 2, 3, 4 seeking shots. You see that, which is the arc, and it seems like the regular shots don't cause this dragonfly effect or whatever this effect is. The actual like the actual like beams that go out or what's creating the explosions. I don't know if you need to stack that before it goes, but you can see here the missiles are coming out, right? But before that, he basically had to like shoot and hit a few things first. So that kind of makes sense. I'm interested to see exactly what the perk is on that gun. Now the next one, of course, the Parasite, which is a worm launcher with increase in damage. I feel like this is going to be something close to Full Court, the perk where the further you are when you shoot, the more damage that you do. I am not sure. I am just speculating here. But, ooh, look at that nasty, juicy worm. Ugh, he dripping all the green stuff. This looks like it's going to be like a poison damage. Because, like, it had, you see it? You see the shriek? You see that? It looks like some kind of, like, thorn damage, right? You see what I'm talking about? You see that green streak? I don't think that's going to be, like, solo arc or void. I think it's going to be, yeah, even the explosion has, like, that, you can see the poison effect even after. So, that's probably going to be a poisonous weapon. Now, the neat thing about that is I think this weapon is also going to be a poisonous weapon. And it's funny because Bungie put here, swarm projectiles trigger toxic burst. So maybe the burn is going to be called toxic. But you can see here that when this guy starts shooting, there are these little beams that actually track onto things. You see that? So you have the normal shots, and then you have these beams that kind of track. Now, when it looks like when it hits the target, it spreads the damage. Because in this clip, I didn't see him hit the wizard at all, right? But you can see that when that hits, the toxic starts spreading. It's almost like the warlock gloves, the poison gloves. You see that? The poison is spreading. They're dying. And then that poison also went onto the wizard. So this seems like this is going to be some kind of like chain and poison. You can see this knight here. The knight also has the poison on him as well. And boom, death. So this looks like this is going to be a really cool exotic. Even if it doesn't work well in endgame, it looks like it's going to be really good for mid to like, low tier stuff. Of course, we're grabbing ghosts and crushing it. Now, I want to talk about this armor because, not only does the Titan have this armor, the Hunter also has it. And you probably didn't even notice this when we went through this. This looks like Kaido gave us armor. This looks like Cabal stuff to me. Or maybe we are fighting Callus for this year. But this right here to me spells out Cabal. Literally Cabal. Look at him. Like we don't have these, bro. This is like little Cabal things. Maybe this is what comes of our our whole like setup with Kaido. Like maybe this is what comes from our friendship with Kaido. Maybe she gives us gear that we get to use. I don't know. But that's just a speculation. And I will show the hunters after this because you can kind of see I get Cabal gear from here, man. Like I get Cabal gear vibes from that. Like a lot. Now, Bungie also showed what the glaive is going to do for each character. The Titan glaive is called Edge of Action. You place protective shields. So it looks like you get to put like a mini bubble around your teammates. I wonder how much life or how long that's going to be. More than likely that's going to be between 7 to 10 seconds, if I can tell from that, right? And it looks like enemies can probably like take that down really quick because that knight was still spamming it. But I guess it allows you to kind of like get in and get out. The Warlock, I don't know if you have to master subclass, but I saw that the Titan one was Void. The Warlock one looks Solar, and then I believe the Hunter one's going to be Arc. If you look at this, when this Rift is put out, it's supposed to heal, right? It's going to heal you. It basically deploys healing turrets. It's almost like Rose in a weapon, right? And I'm guessing this is like the charged up attack for it. So I don't know what the radius is, but most of the time when Bungie does something by radius, it's about like, I want to say 15 meters. Maybe this is within 10 to 15 meters that people get healed. And you also notice that SMG, right? You see the shots coming through. It looks like the shots just track, man. Like he's shooting, right? He just shot, but these shots, honestly, I don't even think he shot before those little turrets even went out. Look, okay, he shot before they went out. But that's insane. The poison things. If you're able to just constantly like put poison on targets, this might be wild with the Warlock gauntlets, because Thorn kind of worked with those gauntlets as well. Now, the next thing that I was going to talk about is look at this Hunter when we get up here. Ready? Boom. The Hunter is also in the Cabal gear, and now I can see the Cabal like logos up here. Right there. You see what I'm talking about? So we saw the Titan, and now we see the Hunter. We didn't. I don't think I saw the Warlock in this particular setup, but you can see both here, and it looks like we're probably going to be doing something with Cabal. Just saying. Now this guy, as you can see, he has arc for his glaive, and he puts it out. It has a chain lightning. I wonder how strong this is going to scale. It looks like it'll probably be getting like regular strikes, maybe strikes that you're over life for, but in endgame it's probably going to tickle these guys. It would have been cool if that like shocks them and kind of makes them like, it keeps them like, you know, like immobile for a bit. That would make more sense. But we'll see when that comes out of Witch Queen. The next thing that I saw was, you know, they showed us the chess piece. And another cool thing too, like if you look at the Glaive, the Titan one, you can see the Void Streak going through. And I don't think you need to be on a Void subclass. I just think that those are going to be the burns for it. I think the Titan is going to have a Void Glaive, the Warlock is going to have a Solar Glaive, and the Hunter is going to have an Arc Glaive. And maybe over time, Bungie is going to give us different glaives that do different things. Or maybe when we craft it, we can do different things with what we craft. I am not sure. But if it ends up being like that, that would be a great system, because then that means that we can develop more from these glaives, like, you know. So this chest piece, those exotic gloves for the Warlock, and then the Hunter. Ooh, look at this class item. That looks crazy. Now, the Hunter helmet is the exotic. So right now we're seeing a Titan chest piece, a Warlock glove, Hunter helmet. Right? So, this chest piece is called Harfrost Z chest. Stasis wall replaces barricades. So, your barricade now becomes these huge walls. And honestly, you can see that the radius is starting, right? You can see the Titan radius starting. And it looks like it gives you an overshield, too. I don't know. Is that an overshield? Yeah, it looks like you got an overshield because the other guy was shooting you. It looks like it gives you an overshield as you're doing it. Now you get these massive walls around you. So instead of you putting up your barricade, you're putting this up. And look, dude, look at the radius that is going to. That is pretty freaking huge. Like, that is huge. Let's see it fully drawn out. This is a big area to cover, and it opens the middle for you to kind of see. Now, I don't know if it's going to change depending on whether you're running a small barricade or a tall barricade. We'll see how that goes. But just having that is wild. Now, while I'm on this screenshot here, I know a lot of people spoke about seeing spare rations. Like before I even got on, people were talking about, because I was doing a sponsor stream, but people were talking about, man, I saw spare rations in the video, and I'm sorry to say this, but this is not spare rations. It looks like Bungie's bringing in a hand cannon. So all the Iron Banner weapons have a new style to them, and this is matching the new style. This is a hand cannon. I can see the Iron Banner tree right here. I can see the whole setup with the markings, how they did the sidearm, how they did the shotgun. So we are going to get an Iron Banner hand cannon. I don't know if it's going to be a 140. I hope that is not a 180. And I hope that is not a 120. I am hoping that it is a 140. But knowing Bungie, they're going to disappoint me. And I'm going to look like this. So, you know, let's get back to it. But as you can see, an Iron Banner hand cannon is coming in. Now, the Warlock gloves... Bungie also put the name in here. I don't remember the name, so we're going to have to wait for this thing to show up. But they're called the Osmiomancy gloves. You get additional cold snaps with enhanced seeking. I believe the Hunter has something set up in their class for them to get like enhanced seeking, right? I think they have like an aspect or a fragment that kind of does that. Now the Warlock gets an exotic pair of gloves that not only gives you an extra one, but it also gets enhanced seeking. I don't know how much useful this is going to be, but, you know, we'll see. Okay, hear me out. If these gloves work the way that I think they're going to work, if you get an additional cold snap as a Warlock and you're running turrets, more than likely, that means Bungie's giving us 2 free turrets. I don't know. I will test that out when it comes out. But just remember that. Remember I said that. This might just be free 2 turrets whenever, right? And it has enhanced seeking. But who knows? We'll see. Now, let's go over to the Hunter's exotic. The Hunter's coming up from the top of the thing. The name is Blight Ranger Helmet. Reflective projectiles deal increased damage. I can't wait to actually test this out to see exactly what the numbers are, because this might be good even in PvE. Like if a certain boss like targets you, you can reflect it. You could definitely do some damage. Right here, he reflects the hammer back at the Titan. The Titan has a cool helmet. We'll go into that helmet in a second here. But you can see that gets reflected back. And when it gets reflected back, it hits his teammate, who's frozen, of course. And then, boom, the whole team gets sauce. Now, that helmet that we just saw with the flames, we'll get a better look at in a second here. All right. Now, this is the Warlock. The Warlock also has a flaming helmet. It does not look like the Titan one to me, but it might be the same. I wish I could kind of put this in frames. But this is a Warlock, and the Warlock has his helmet on. And the front kind of looks like the Titans as well. We can see the Titan ones a lot better soon. I'm just waiting for it. It looks like that's... Boom. So you saw like the Warlock had like that dark like blue in the middle. So I know that the Warlock and the Titan helmets are different. But it seems like Bungie's going to be giving us some helmets that are going to have like this crazy setup on it. Like with flames coming out your head. I don't know if this is an exotic, but when I'm looking at the gear, this person has all like the Titan has all Witch Queen gear, right? And then the helmet is the only thing that stands out. So I'm guessing this is an exotic. Same thing for the Hunter, right? I'm looking at the Hunter, and the Hunter's gear, besides the gauntlets, I think the gauntlets are exotic. The rest seems like, you know, is Witch Queen gear. Same thing for the Warlock. The Warlock has exotic gauntlets on, and then the rest is Witch Queen gear. The Hunter gauntlets might have something to do with the SMG. I am not too sure. But I got to say, this Titan helmet, I don't care what it does. I'm probably going to rock it just because. Look at that thing, man. That is like some like crazy, like that's some crazy dope thing. It's weird because like when I'm trying to capture the Warlock one, right? You can see that they're two different helmets. The Warlock one has like, I don't know, like that weird, like, I don't know, dark blue. I can't really see it. Yeah. These are pretty neat. These are pretty neat. And I don't see this Warlock wearing any of the exotic either. It might just be like an exotic set of helmets that we get in the game. Or it might just be tied to like a certain activity that you're doing. Or maybe like while you're in here, one person has to wear that. Maybe that's a buff, right? Maybe that's a buff. But then I wouldn't call that a buff because where are we? When we see the Crucible clip, when this Titan pops his super, his heads were flaming. You see that? So he had that helmet on in Crucible. So I don't think that's something that's tied to an activity. I think that's something that we're going to get in game. But that, you know, a lot of people probably didn't see that. But that, like, this looks cool as hell, man. Like, my whole take from this is, like, we're getting some cool freaking helmets. All right. That's what it looked like. This is a Titan, and this is a Warlock, chat. This is a full cloak.
I may need a schematic to read this schematic. Most unusual symbology.
Or maybe I'm going crazy. But if you look at the helmet here, it's a complete different helmet. Complete different helmet. Even the top is different. Y'all notice that? Right here. This is a complete different helmet. Or maybe that is a Titan. Anyways, if you're in the comments of this video and you think that's a Titan, definitely leave some comments for me because I want to know. I'd like to thank you guys for watching my reaction videos. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you like the content. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Know what I'm saying? Ha ha.